Hello, my name is Ismet. This video is done as a requirement for my ADO class to show some functionalities in this project, in this Windows application that I created. This is a 3-tier Windows application done in Visual Studio 2012 using C# and ADO.NET technology, and it has a topic of restaurant, small business. So the first requirement here is to show how to save an image to my database that I created earlier. Here is the database, it's SQL Server database, and also how to retrieve the image from the database. So this is the form that I created where I can create a new product and record it to my database. Let's see how that works. So if I enter this product information here, like product ID, description, unit price, and quantity that are required by my table in my SQL Server database, I can click here on this menu strip, which opens a dialog box where I can choose from this choice of images. So I'll choose one that's corresponding to the product. Here it is, and once I click on this button click here, it is going to save all this information to my database table. Here it goes. And as you can see, product has been successfully added. To be sure that really works right, let me see in my database if it's really done. So first to refresh my database and open my tables, and here is product table, so I can see. And as you can see, FD106 Hurmash, it says right here with binary data, that's actually the image. And so let's see now how that really works in the code behind. Here is a button click event for the action that I just showed, and as you can see here, I'm retrieving information from the user, and I'm creating memory stream here to be able to retrieve an image, and then I'm converting it to the array of bytes to be able to save it to my database. Once that's done, I'm using this middle tier insert new product method from my middle tier class to connect with the database and actually do what is to do. In the case that if I don't have an image in already saved product, this button click is used for that purpose, and actually that's the same process, just to update. I'm just using the middle tier update product with image method, and that is done just like that. Let's see the middle tier class right now. Here is the method in middle tier class that inserts a new product into my database, and it takes all these parameters here, as you could see it in button click earlier. In this method, I'm opening database connection, and my command object, I'm setting the properties of my command object to stored procedures. I'm using my stored procedure to insert new product from my database. Here are all parameters for that stored procedure, and at the end I'm executing non-query to accomplish that. So that's the first method that I use in middle tier here. The second method that's used to insert an image to a database is this one here, actually to update a product with an image, and it's actually the same procedure here: opening connection, using command object, and store procedure, and execute non-query to accomplish the task. So let's go and see the second part of my requirement: how to retrieve an image from database. In this form, I'm showing how to retrieve an image from database and actually some other functionalities. As you can see here, we have two data grid views. One of them represents a product table, and the other one represents the data from my order detail table. These two data grid views are related as my product is related to every order detail when it's sold. So when I change a row in my first data grid view, it affects the other one and shows all the order details for corresponding product that's selected here. And also this picture box here is retrieving an image of corresponding product and showing right here. So that's how is an image retrieved from the database. Let's see in button clicks and then later on in middle tier how that really works. In form load, I have these two data grids established set with data set and data adapters, and that's how do we retrieve the information from database to those data grid views. And actually here is how do we load them, and with the relationship that is set earlier in our database. So in this cell content click is actually how am I retrieving an image of corresponding product. So as you can see, I'm using this row index value to retrieve the product, and here I'm checking for null values, and after that I'm converting this array of bytes to retrieve an image through memory stream and actually show it in my picture box. I still have a little less than 2 minutes to introduce the rest of my application here, and as I said earlier, this is a 3-tier project with the Windows form in the front and SQL database on the back end, and all these forms are done actually through visual inheritance from my base form right here, and just to ensure the same look and feel. And so if I start this application, I get to the main form, from where I can go in two directions. First, I can log in as an employee here, and if I log in as an employee, I have this password, which is actually employee number in my database, so it has a validation in my middle tier class. So if I log in here, it takes me to the other form where I can order products and add them to the cart, and if I don't want one of these, I can actually cancel right here. But if I want to order these, I can submit the order, and as you can see, my order is successfully placed. That means it's saved to my database. In the other hand, if I want to delete the last order, as customers sometimes change their mind, I can do it right here, and clicking on this button, you can see the last order was cancelled, and it's affecting only the last order. So that's to introduce the functionality of this form. The other form has a little bit more of functionalities. It's a manager's form, and as you can see here, I can see the different information from my database. For example, here is employee info, or I can see supplies or utilities info. And the one that I particularly want to represent here is actually this one, which is showing how I'm using disconnected architecture, using dataset to manage these members here. And if I want to see members information, I will click here on this list box, and it's going to be showed here. This information is actually coming from my data set, which is earlier retrieved, of course, from my database, and I can add a new member, or I can update the member, or I can delete the member, but these buttons here affect the data set only and do not affect the data source, which is a SQL Server database. In the other hand, if I want to actually submit those changes, I will click on this button. So let's see how that really works. If I want to add a new member, I will actually have to fill up all this information here. So if I enter this information here and to add a new member, and I click here, this new member that's showed right here is actually added just to my data set. It doesn't affect my database yet. So if I want to update the existing member, for example, I can, whatever I add here and click on update, it's going to update the member. On the other hand, if I want to delete one of them, I will delete them. As you can see, this member is just flagged to deletion, as it's deleted only in dataset. So if I want to submit these changes to my database, I can do it right here. And now all these members are, all these changes are actually recorded to my database and become real data. So if I go back to that form now, and as you can see here, the member that was deleted is not here anymore, and this member that's added is here right now. So that's how I did use disconnected architecture. I will just quickly show, let me close the program, and I will quickly show my middle tier class here that is actually connection between my database and my Windows forms. And as you can see here, I have my connection, SQL connection instantiated, also my SQL commands and the SQL adapters, and that are all used. And I also have these in a constructor. I have this connection string, which is actually coming from my configuration file, and lower down I have all these properties that I used. I can't really explain all of these methods that I have done as practices earlier, but the point was here to practice and show that we are able to use all these techniques and command of